All right, so today we're diving into a book that's making some serious waves in the scientific world. We're talking about a work with some exceptional philosophical depth and just massive scientific ambition. So what exactly is this new physics, and why is it causing such a stir? Let's get into it.
Right off the bat, the book frames itself as nothing less than a call for a paradigm shift. And look, that is a bold claim. It's not just suggesting a new tweak or a minor correction, it's proposing an entirely new way of thinking about science itself.
So, a call for revolution. The book's whole framework is really built on two connected pillars. You've got a powerful philosophical argument on one side and a brand new speculative scientific proposal on the other. We're going to unpack both of those, and we'll start with the philosophy.
Okay, let's start with this powerful critique. A lot of experts believe this is where the book really shines. It's seen as this compelling, coherent challenge to the very foundations of modern science.
And this really gets to the heart of its strength. You see, the book's real power isn't about giving us a bunch of neat answers. Not at all. It's about its incredible ability to make us question the things we just take for granted. It literally forces us to re-examine our most deeply held beliefs.
Which is a fair question, right? When we say deeply held beliefs, what are we actually talking about? It's easy to throw around big phrases like that, but what, specifically, is being put under the microscope here? Well, the answers are about as fundamental as it gets. The book is asking, what even are numbers? Are they real things that we discover, or just useful tools we invent? It questions the very fabric of reality, proposing wild new ideas about time and space, and it even re-examines the scientific endeavor itself, arguing for a totally different approach to how we find truth. I mean, these are the pillars of our entire worldview.
All right, now for the other side of the coin, the high-risk, high-reward science part. If the philosophy is this established, solid critique, the science, well, that's where things get way more speculative and, honestly, pretty controversial.
Now, it's absolutely crucial to understand this part isn't a finished theory, all wrapped up with a neat little bow. Instead, it's what's called a research program. Think of it like a treasure map. It's a detailed roadmap that points down a new, unexplored path, telling other scientists, hey, maybe you should start digging over here. And this, right here, this is the central tension of the book. On one hand, the philosophical critique has actual value. It's compelling, it's coherent, it matters right now. But the scientific proposal? That's all about potential value. It's unorthodox, it's high risk, and its true worth we might not know for years.
It's a true scientific gamble. The risk that this new path leads absolutely nowhere is immense. But if it's right, the potential reward, a completely new way of understanding the universe, is equally massive. It's a classic high-risk, high-reward play.
So, you might be wondering, okay, if the science is such a long shot, what's the book's real value? Why does it matter so much, even if its specific ideas end up being wrong down the line? The answer is that the book's true power, its lasting impact, isn't really about whether its scientific predictions turn out to be correct. Its real contribution lies somewhere else entirely. And this brings us to the core insight. One analysis just nails it, saying whether its specific conjectures are correct is almost secondary to the power of its philosophical critique. In other words, the questioning is more important than the specific answers the book proposes. The act of shaking things up is the real prize.
So let's go back to that original mission, to be a call for a paradigm shift. On that front, this book is a #1 success. It has profoundly challenged the status quo and forced the scientific world to re-examine ideas it had long considered settled. And that, in itself, is a huge victory. Which brings us to the end of this explainer, and leaves us with this final thought. The power of this work is its challenge to our foundations. So the real question it leaves for all of us is this: what fundamental belief, scientific or otherwise, are you now willing to question?